The drivers of the new digital economy are quite literally unleashing a new wave of innovation around the world. But for entrepreneurs today, often it comes down to getting a freshly brewed cup of coffee. I'm here at Tim Hortons in Dubai to find out how their brand is changing and meeting customer needs. I'm Greg Fairley. Welcome to 50 MENA Leaders. Hisham Al-Makawi, great to be with you today.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Appreciate the opportunity.
We're hearing a lot about one particular thing in business at the moment, and that is innovation, because it's apparent in lots and lots, all sectors actually, of business.
Right.
What about the cafe business? How would you describe innovation at the moment?
I believe the innovations today in coffee business or cafe business in general is actually much more than it used to be. Back then we only knew one type of coffee that we used to drink, and we never asked where the coffee is coming from. Today in Tim Hortons, for example, we have about 5 to 6 different types of coffee brew, and the way we do it, 6 different ways of brewing coffee today than just one black coffee back then that we knew, that hot brewed coffee. So innovation on the product side of the business today is totally different. There are different ways: cold brews, hot brews, vacuum pressure brewed coffee. We have nitro brewed coffee. So there are too many ways today on innovation side of the product that is actually attracting customers more and more. On the digital side of the business and how we do things in our restaurants, we were the first people or the first brand that actually introduced an application in this region for the brand, where you can actually order through the application, either delivery or on the drive-through or even curbside. You can actually use the application. Today you actually can use the application while you're sitting in our cafe on your table, and you can order and we can deliver to you. So technology and innovation, it's really coming very fast and very strong in our business today, specifically in the coffee business.
With innovation, of course, comes entrepreneurs. And in what way do you think Tim Hortons is inspiring those entrepreneurs?
Well, Tim Hortons in specific, we have, I speak to a lot of customers when I visit restaurants, and one of the things, especially locals in Saudi Arabia or in Dubai, speaking to different ages, different type of customers, they always came up with, Tim Hortons, you guys are good, but you are also different. And different for them is the variety that we do. They look at Tim Hortons as a cafe, all-day cafe. You can actually have breakfast or lunch or dinner. And they look at us and the quality of our coffee. They look at us and they see our customers and what our customers are asking, the different ways we serve our customers, the variety we have on our menu. That's an inspiration to a lot of people now, and this is why we see a lot of entrepreneurs are actually getting into the coffee business in the region. There's a lot of them now opening the mom and pop coffee shops somewhere, either just serving coffee or serving coffee with something else. The heritage of Tim Hortons, coming from 50 years almost, since 1964. More than 4,000 locations and restaurants in Canada as a Canadian brand. And people traveling to Canada, a lot of this region, actually people in this region actually travel to the States or Canada or Europe. The brand is the likability of the brand in the region is very high, and people know the history, know the heritage, know the quality. And they take that's an inspiration for them. Why can't I do the same? And I go do my coffee shops. So I think in the last 3 to 5 years, we have found a lot of entrepreneurs going into the coffee business in specific.
But the coffee business as we know it, is changing rapidly, isn't it? Because now you have specialty coffees.
Yes.
Obviously, you know, where do you get your coffee from? Is it sustainably, ethically sourced?
We are probably the only brand that we can claim that we 100% ethically source our coffee beans because we're very transparent of where we get it from. We tell the customers we're 100% Arabica coffee. We can claim that we are 100% Arabica coffee. We don't mix our coffee, and we have our single origin as well for people that actually asking for single origin, and we tell them where is this coming from. As a fun fact, there's only 3 people in the entire Tim Hortons system they actually know the recipe of the coffee beans. We taste in the roastery. They taste over 300 cups of coffee a day, just to make sure that the coffee beans and the quality of the coffee is right. We discard about 10% of the coffee that we source that they do not confirm or match with our quality coffee. This is just tell you how the process is very focused and very detailed to make sure that the cup of coffee that the customer gets is actually ethically sourced, probably brewed, and probably made as well. And when you put all of that together, that gives really Tim Hortons the differentiation factor over other competition.
Now, you made reference to the number of outlets and the growing number of outlets that you're opening. Can you talk us through just specifically in this region, what kind of growth Tim Hortons is seeing?
We have grown in the last 3 years in specific. Actually, we had a very high growth rate. Tim Hortons, as you know, started in 2011 in Dubai by Apparel Group, the iconic retail brand. And there was the first restaurant on Sheikh Zayed Road in Dubai. Since then, we grew to almost today 193 locations in 5 different countries. We also entering Kuwait, and we enter in Egypt as we speak. We will be in 7 different countries. We also entering India as a separate business for Tim Hortons. So I think the growth rate that we are looking for is very, very ambitious. And we are looking probably to 500 restaurants in the next few years coming up in the region without India. If you add India to that, probably we come into almost 800 restaurants in the next 5 years. And that really position us as probably one of the top brands in the region.
So that is phenomenal growth and success. To what extent, though, are you as a brand giving back to the community? I mean, what are your current corporate sustainability targets?
We have many programs actually that we do constantly. For example, we do a program called the Smiley Cookies, and the proceed of the program, the entire proceed, we are in partnership with Jalila Foundation that helping kids in specific, and the entire proceeds go to help people or kids in specific that they have medical conditions and they need help with that. A couple of years ago, we were able to help 5 kids actually go through intensive surgeries to help them recover whatever they had, and that was all coming from that program. We also had, if you go to our location in Jumeirah or the Meadows, we actually have our all employees there. They are people of determinations. And we partner with American Sign Language organization. We do workshops on sign language where people actually, our customers telling us what a great initiative that is. They actually love to go there to actually interact with our employees because they feel that we give them back to the organization, plus any other one-off events that actually we participate and we sponsor, or we provide the food and beverage for needy kids or kids of determination, and that's an ongoing thing that we always do.
So in a sense, CSR is not just important for Tim Hortons, but also particularly for your customers as well.
Absolutely, and I believe that the customers, they actually seeing that and they appreciate that, and we position ourselves as one of the brands in the region that our corporate social responsibility is really one of our our beliefs, and one of the foundation that we actually built on many things, and this is how we connect with the society and the community as well.
Hisham, earlier you were talking about innovation and particularly technology incorporated with that, and your app that's very popular with your customers. In what other ways is technology changing your business?
The app used to be just an app for delivery, if you use it for delivery or for loyalty programs. Today the app, we are using the app and we utilize in the app for not just orders, but for loyalties as well. Today you can actually order through the app, through the drive-through. You can use the app on delivery. You can use the app for pickup. You can actually use the app when you're sitting in the restaurant. So technology for us is just not something that we just have to have, but how we can actually, we listen to the customers a lot. And the customer wants and told us, I want ease of ordering. These days we are relaunching the app completely because we listen to the customers on the functionality of the app and what they need. We're adding games to the app. We're doing a lot of, we're changing our entire loyalty program now for more of a cashback than just points like competition do. We're actually giving cash back to the customers. So technology, as little as sitting in the restaurant and charging your phone on the table by just putting it flat on the table and it's charging. This is something in this restaurant here, for example, you can see. Customers, little things like that, the customers appreciate and said, I want to go to Tim Hortons because I can charge my phone while I'm sitting. So these are the little things we look into, and we believe you innovate or die. I wrote a book a couple of years ago called The 9 Traits of Hero Brands. And in that book, I said innovation is one of the 9 traits of hero brands, where I actually studied hero brands for big brands for 2 years. Innovate or die. If you don't innovate, you will fall behind and you will not be up to what's happening in the market these days.
Well, let's talk about, you mentioned the customer.
Yes.
How is that, what is Tim Hortons' customer today, and has that customer changed over the years?
I'm not sure if the customer have changed over the years, but because of the heritage of Tim Hortons for a long time, 50 years today, Tim Hortons, and since 1964 is coming close to more than 50 years. The heritage of the Canadian brand, customers know the brand very well, and the way the brand started was in Canada, coffee and donuts. Today, the evolution that happened over the years for the brand, with 6 types of brewed coffee is done 6 different ways. The different variety we have on the menu. So our customers are customers that are looking for variety. They're looking for day parts. I can come in the morning or in the afternoon or in the evening. Our customers could be businessmen that they come in for the coffee in the morning, or they could be the moms coming in the afternoon to socialize and have a dessert and a donut and a coffee or maybe a light sandwich. Or it could be our kids. The kids love our donuts because the way we do our donuts, we bake everything fresh. This is the differentiation factor for us in Tim Hortons. We don't have a central kitchen. We don't have a commissary. We actually do everything per order for the customer right in front of him. We actually bake our donuts in every restaurant, and we dip and top our donuts in front of everybody. So kids love that. They come to us and said, wow, I want to see how I can actually dip a donut. And sometimes we let them do that as well. So our customers are looking for quality, variety, and all day. So, and all ages, by the way. We have from kids all the way to much older people. But our main, probably from the teenagers all the way to 40, 45, that's really where the age bracket for us.
Now, you just mentioned that there's a lot of choice of coffee
Right.
when you come into Tim
Right.
Hortons. So for you, Hisham, what's your favorite?
My flat white, I have to say, flat white, it is my favorite drink. Everybody knows when I go into the restaurant, they know my flat white. And this is actually how because I'm a flat white drinker, I actually go to different competition and taste it, and I know the quality of Tim Hortons flat white.
When did you first have a flat white?
First flat white actually was about 5-6 years ago. For the first time I hear the word flat white. I was in Australia on a business trip, and an Australian friend introduced me and he said, you should have a flat white. And I didn't know what it was. It's not espresso, which is very strong, and it's not latte. It's something in between. I loved it, and since then, when I came to the region, after that, I actually found a lot of competitions to start bringing flat white. We introduced it about 4 or 5 years ago in Tim Hortons.
So you would say that it beats the regular cup of American black coffee?
Oh,
that you were
absolutely.
selling, yeah?
Oh, absolutely. The one I used to sell for 50 cents back then in the 80s in the United States. But today, the coffee market is totally different. And the variety is absolutely fantastic. And I think what we're doing today with the brand, it's really coming to a totally different new era for the coffee business and for Tim Hortons in general in the region.
Great, Hisham Al-Makawi. Really appreciate you being with us today. Thanks
Thank you.
a lot.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.